And guess who I have here? Michael! Yes! Hello, hello, hello. Hi and welcome again to my channel. My name is Mary, and if this is the first time of stopping by, welcome. This is my lifestyle channel where I talk about marriage, education, spirituality, and many other things. So this month, Michael has been taking us through a series on book writing. And if today is your first time of stopping by and you've not heard or watched any of this series, I guess it's good for you to pause this video and try to watch from the beginning, because Michael has given us important information on book writing, and today he's going to continue the series. But I just want to share a tip with you. So as this series has been in session, I've been trying to practice it, not just writing any other book, but converting this knowledge, this wealth of wisdom to writing academic papers. And I've realized that the past few days have been very fruitful for me, having spent more time with the kids in the day. In the evening, I just listen to the videos again and I put my mind at work, and I've really achieved a lot. So I hope today you are watching this video with an expectation that you also want to put something down, you also want to write something. So if your expectation is just like mine, just sit back, relax, and hey, before we start playing the video, have you subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Okay, just hit that subscribe button and click on the notification button so you receive updates and as on when I upload new videos. And we go and listen to Michael as he takes us through how to write a book. After Michael's talk, we zoom back. See you at the other side.
Hello, welcome. Now we are taking a training on how to write a book, and I started by saying that there are three things we are covering. Why you should write a book was the first thing I spoke about. Then I talk about what you should write about. In this video, we are getting to the meat itself. How should you write the book? And I know you are very anticipating this session. So let's go through it quickly. How should you write the book? Now there are three ways you can approach writing a book, and I'll just list them and then talk about them one after the other. The first is to sit down and take your device and type all your ideas by yourself, or if you're writing on a paper, you could just write them all by yourself. We do not recommend this because that's hard work. That's really difficult. And if you are not somebody who's into book writing, you don't want to start writing a book using that approach. The other way, the other two methods which we find more easy to do for beginners is to the second one is to take your phone or a recorder and then record your voice sharing your thoughts. So you are just speaking to the recorder on what you want to say in your book, and then after that you take that recording and transcribe it. So there are even apps that you could install in your phone, and while you speak it will transcribe the audio to text for you. I'll share the link below somewhere on this video. And then the third way is to get someone to interview you. That's the third way you can write a book. And then after the interview, you simply transcribe the interview into a book. So you can write maybe 100 questions that you want to answer, and then you get this friend or maybe your spouse seated by you, and then they ask you, okay, well, so what do you think about parenting? What is parenting? Then you respond. And then they ask you the second question. So what are the useful tips for effective parenting? Then you respond. So that's supposing you are writing a book on parenting. So your responses to all these 100 questions, it could be more or less, but ideally you want a lot of questions. So your responses will now be transcribed and then organized as a book. So these are the three ways you can write the book. And In the next training, the next set of lesson, I'm going to be getting into the book itself. How do you organize the book? So 3 ways I've shared with you. The last 2 are more easier to go by. So I'll see you in the next video where I'll get deeply into the book itself, the organization, the writing itself. See you there.
Hi, welcome back. Was that not an interesting one? And guess who I have here? Michael! Yes, he's been talking to us throughout the whole series, and I've managed to drag him here because I want to ask him a few questions, maybe not just for me, but for somebody else watching us anywhere else in the world. So Michael, today you've shared with us different ways of doing the writing process. You mentioned recording, interviewing, and even the manual writing itself. I want you to tell me and our audience, which one is your most exquisite tip? I mean, which one would you recommend for the everyday person who hadn't written a book before, who is yet to begin his or her writing process?
Okay. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. It's been an honor to be on this channel to
share
with you and your audience. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So I find recording and then transcribing as, one of the great methods that works for me. And yes, if you are now starting to write books, I encourage that. That's an easy way to do, because sometimes I'm even sleeping and I'm thinking of some great ideas and I don't want to wake up and get my pen and book and put on the light and write. I just take my phone, record my voice, and then later transcribe it. So recording and transcribing, I find, is the great pathway to take when you start writing a book.
Okay, so Michael says recording and transcribing is a great pathway. So there is this app we've been using to record and transcribe. Sometimes these apps works with accents, and so sometimes you say something and it types something else, but we'll link this app in the description box. We don't own the app, we don't have any right to it, but it has been very useful to us, and I think it will be useful to you too. I think for me, what has helped me is not just using the app, it's just typing on my phone. You remember during lockdown, I wrote a whole book on my phone. So I wake up at night, I'll be struggling to sleep, all this mental pressures with COVID-19 and all those things people went through. I just typed on my phone, like I use Google Docs so that it saves automatically to my Gmail. So that is what has helped me. But as you said, if you wake up at dawn and you don't want the light to blind you, there are some people, as soon as they turn the light on, they can't sleep again. So then the recording option will be the best for you. Okay.
And also to add to that, you mentioned about the issue about saying something and then the device recording something else. The way around that is try to edit in bits. So once you record something, don't wait for it to become too bulky before you start editing. So once you record something, the next moment edit it, because you can remember freshly what you were trying to say. But if you leave it and do multiple recordings, then you come back and you don't remember what it was you were saying. You said maybe going home, and the app is typing
something else.
The app is typing something completely different. But then if you do the editing straight away, you remember what you wanted to say, and that makes it easier.
Thank you so much, Michael.
My pleasure.
Series have been so helpful to me, and I believe there are many people out there who have benefited from it. Once again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I advise and encourage that subscribe and hit that bell icon
just right below,
so you receive notification whenever we upload new videos. And Michael has been so instrumental on this channel. If you watch our series on identifying your vision, even I have used examples from Michael several times. He also has his own channel. I will link in the description box. Michael is a singer, a musician, a Bible teacher, a math teacher. He is loaded. He's multifaceted. So thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate you. We thankful that you keep listening to us. and we hope to see you again next week as we continue this series. God bless and see you soon.
See you another time. Bye.
Bye.